Put you on it, put you on it, put you on it. Oh, I just hit myself with the ball. Okay. The bad omen starts now. Hello. My Fridays is at 7 p.m. It's officially Saturdays at 7 p.m. Hello, everybody. This is my first Saturdays at 7 p.m. How is everybody? I hope everyone's doing good. To be fair, I have been like, there have been in the span of 10 episodes, there have been times where I have uploaded the episode late. So feeling ko this isn't shocking to anyone. The reason why I moved it to Saturdays because I realized the reasoning behind it being Friday 7 p.m. because I'm like everything's getting released at Friday 7 p.m. So I'm like, let's also release something at Friday 7 p.m. I realized that Friday is like the end of because it's the end of the week for everybody. So they have something to look forward to. I forget that that's also my end of the week. I'll be busy as well. What the fuck? So I'm moving it on Saturdays just so that I'm not like hassling myself to because I realize I'm like sometimes like rushing. Like, oh my god, there's so much to do on a Friday. This included. So we need I was gonna say na parang let's match the energy of this podcast where we're chill, we're vibes. When, who, what, how. Ayun, Friday is the busiest day of the week and I realize I'm always busied out doing this. So we're moving it to the weekend. We're moving to the weekend. I feel like we're still there naman eh. Like feeling ko, do you agree? Saturday is a nice day to be uploading a podcast. It's your free day. You get to spend time with me on your free day. Also feel like Saturday night is kind of fun. Because feeling ko Friday night, people have shit to do. People are like going out. At least if it's like, no, I'm whatever the fuck I'm saying. But feeling ko naman if you're like, for example, you're staying in on a Saturday night. But for me, okay, the podcast is out before Sunday night. Which is, I think, for me, as somebody who's making this podcast, your ideal listening day is Sunday night. Because it's end of the week cap. So you could be doing shit. You could be cleaning your house. You could be folding your clothes. And I feel like this is the perfect accompaniment for that. Yes! Yes. I know, right? You're welcome. What's happening? Also, if you're hearing noise, it's the rain. If you're hearing noise, it's me. I'll be making the noise. I'm the noise pollution. I'm keeping up with the rain. Can we stop that? Can we calm down? Maybe later. Please stop that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. It's been sunny all week, but all of a sudden, I want to record a podcast and it's raining. Okay. I see what this is. I'm trudging forward. Give it up for Biba Doobie. I recently just saw Biba Doobie live. Biba Doobie! It's so good. I went with Sid. Yeah, this was his birthday gift to me. Thank you, Sid. I was what do you call this? I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about, Biba Doobie? We were what? What was I saying? Anyways, I enjoyed it a lot. The setup was relatively intimate. I guess because that's the nature of like band type shows. It just feels more intimate than like a performance type show. Doesn't help na Kia tuloy. New Frontier is kind of small. So it really does feel like I just went to Cubao to watch a gig. But it's Viva Doobie. Also, she brought out an Apo hiking guy. Not the cool one. Oh, so the other one. He's an Apo hike. Whatever. Anyways, I wrote on here pre-ebas. Girlhood is infectious. There were. Oh my god. Okay. There were 3 girls because we were in floor standing B and then there's floor standing A. So we could see the entirety of floor standing in our view. There were three girls there. It was like the doors opened around 6-ish, and then the show started around 8. And when I tell you, these three girls fitted out, looks great. Looks like the moment I saw them like pass by, I told Sid, I was like, oh my god, look at that. Three girls, uh, so pretty, so cute. Had their digicams, had their phones out. Everything was so well documented. These girls, we were watching them do TikToks in front of us, and it was so like, get it. I hope that TikTok. I know those TikToks turned out good. It's so girlhood. And then they would just take turns taking pictures of each other with the digicam, and I'm like, look at that. Look how you ate that. If there's one thing you can like fault, if there are things you can fault Gen Z about, it will never be their style or just documentation in general. Like I feel like there was a time kasi na parang at least my generation, which is like young millennials, elder Gen Z, which is there was this notion of everything was getting documented too much. So there was a push for live in the moment. You know, like there was this like energy of everybody around me. Like, you should be living in the moment. You should like put your phones down, whatever. I feel like we've lived in the moment too close to the sun. You know? Because now, I feel like it's not second nature to me to be documenting these things. And I like sometimes I live in the moment too much. I forgot. I don't recall. I don't have pictures of that. I don't even remember when it happened. Okay. And I'm glad that we have, circled back to documenting a lot again. I know, like, live in the moment, yes, but also I feel like we should always strike like a good balance. And I feel like there's a little bit of me that I feel like Gen Z to Gen Alpha are over documenting just a tad bit. But I realize I'd rather have that than live in the moment too much. I have bad memory. Okay? Living in the moment, cool, great, fun, love. I don't remember this shit anymore. No, I was only literally living in that moment. That moment stays there forever. It's gone now. Anyways, wait lang. Sidetrack ako. There wasn't even Ebas number 1 yet. Anyways, let's start today's episode with not just say a little backstory. It's my mother's birthday the last week. So I got to meet her. So we're starting this Ebas off strong. The judges want vulnerability. I will give the judges Anyways, Ebas number 1. I am my mother's daughter. Where is going? Where is this going? Okay, backstory. I recently just came back from Iloilo. Went home for the weekend to celebrate my mother's 60th. 60th. So, initially we wanted to travel for her 60th. And she was like, minsan lang naman ako mag-60. I would want to spend it with family and friends. And I'm like, okay. And, okay. The event started, and the program is like a debut, essentially. So parang, they made me and my dad walk in. It was like a groovy song. I was like, grooving a little kasi nahiya ako. I'm like, these are like relatives I haven't seen in forever, and also my mom's friends. I'm not trying to like get down on the dance floor with all these people. But I was doing a little shimmy. My dad was doing a little shimmy as well, walking down the aisle, the carpet, the runway. And then we get to the front, and then they will announce my mother. My mother's so beautiful. She's like mugged out, uh, yellow dress with like flowers on it. Um, the host announces her name. He's like, "Welcome, the beautiful, the gorgeous, the talented, the showstar." No, I don't know what the fuck she said. And she was like, "Our debutante, our celebrant, our celebrant." And then she comes in. She, the song, I don't remember what the song was. Okay, okay, okay. What the fuck? What the fuck? Um, where was I? She was. It was something like it was a disco-y song. I think. Imagine it's something like Earth, Wind and Fire, or like, do you remember? And then my mom, okay, comes in, like, and when her name got announced, snap, the song plays. She walks, and I thought it was just gonna be like, little walk, waves at everybody because everybody knows her there. She comes in, this song plays, and she's like, and starts pointing at me. I'm like, the gag, that was me getting gagged. 'Cause I was like, I know exactly why I am like this. You're the culprit. I was like, see, like you can hear, I have a video of it, you can hear me giggling. Like, I was giggled out watching this woman go. And I was like, ah! Okay, second backstory. I have a very complicated relationship with this woman. Not, I mean, I love her. I love her. I mean, that's my mother. Okay? Complicated in a sense na she is my mother. Okay, we're very close. I feel like let's start there. But we're also very like, I don't know how better else to explain. It's complicated. But I love her. I love this woman with my life. And seeing her do the boogie like that, I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's where I get that from. She's a Leo. I have a Leo mother. I am a Gemini child. Friction. I don't think they're meant to be in the same household. And it's lucky we survived these years. But yeah. The more I get older, the more I see myself in her. And it's not even that I'm turning into her, okay? I'm not turning into her. I have always just been her this whole time. And I'm only realizing, I'm only starting to make the connections now that I'm getting older. Ain't that freaky? Kind of freaky. I don't know how to feel about that. again, if this was just like, if this wasn't, actually, that would be weird if this wasn't my mind. But it makes sense. But the fact that it took me so long to get it, and then realizing it, I think the realizing part is the crazier part. Is just like, all right, okay. And as an only child, also growing up, I had a very specific dynamic with her, which is that my parent is my parent, my mother is my mother, but also my parent is my sibling. Again, it's just three of us in this household. And growing up, my dad was a seaman, so he wasn't really around. I lived with my mom. My mom was an OFW, but she couldn't she didn't want to leave me in the Philippines, so she brought me with her. That's why I lived in Dubai for like most of my life. And let's just say, being an only child and being in that close of a proximity to your mother. Okay. Okay, that's all. Okay, that's all. As a child, As a child, I always thought this is escalating so quick. How was I? What was I? What was I on when I was writing this? should give like should give more a little bit more background. Maybe I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Let's get into it. You know what? You know what? You know what? Let's get into it. I used to always. Where was that? Where was that? As a child, I always thought that I was the only one who could throw tantrums. So imagine my shock. With the good things that I've gotten from her come bad things. And I realized things that I've had to work on with myself are things that I've realized and are still working on directly mirrors the things she also does. Again, I am my mother's daughter. and and I feel like that just like that little thing she was doing with the dancing, whatever. Like what a reality check for me that although I love her, there are many things that about her that we've definitely don't see eye to eye with, and things that we do that we both don't like. Okay, I realized that the similarities don't end in the boogie. That's not fun. What a not fun realization. And I mean that one I've been known, you know. But I feel like it's just a good reminder to me. Is it a good reminder? It's just a reminder to me every now and then that we don't things just don't just pop out of thin air. Things don't. I just don't pick up things randomly like that. Sometimes it's always been there. um, I used to always get so mad when she threw a tantrum because in my head, you're the parent. Why are you acting like a child? And in a way, I also had to parent my parent. Okay. Again, I'm a little spoiled. I'm a little spoiled kid. So I would throw like a tantrum. Okay. But she's also I realize I don't be though throwing tantrums just because. I realize oh my god, she does that. I mean, I feel like it happened it has happened maybe when I was younger, but I only had like maybe the vocabulary to describe it. Or maybe I only realized what exactly was happening as I got older. And I'm like, I got that from you. oh my oh my god. And again, that always frustrated me. Because I've until I've come to adulthood and again, now I get it. I am definitely I guess like now that I'm not living with her, I don't get to see her much often. Definitely helps for our relationship because it will frustrate me if I have to like be in such close proximity with her for a really 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 long time because there will be things that I feel like for until the end of time we will not be on the same ground with. And I wrote here that she might have had like a 30-year head start on me. Basta ganun. 30 something. She might have had like 3 decades more worth of a head start on me. But this is technically her first time living as well. I know it's such a corny. You see it on TikTok, you see it on Twitter, whatever. Whatever. But it really just goes to show that my mom is also just a girl. Do y'all hear that? Do y'all hear that? Do you not want me to shoot a podcast? What? Why are we? Okay. Anyways. Yeah. Alam mo yun, like, this is This is her first life too. The more I get older, the more I get closer to the age when she had me, the more I realize that parang like I don't have like shit figured out like that either. And I don't think in a few years I'll have my shit figured out so much that I could have a human being and yeah, like I could born a human being in this way to take care of a human being like that. Take care of a child like that in this world. I feel like you become a parent the moment the child is there na. You learn to become a parent when the child is there. I don't think it's like, I don't think like they're immediately ready. I feel like they could have definitely taken the steps to be ready, but I don't think, it doesn't happen again. My mom is also just a girl. I feel like I really need to start ako personally. Kasi ano ba? Ako personally, like I feel like I need to start realizing na parang this is our first life as much as this is my first life. She's also figuring things out. And sometimes with figuring things out comes that you, even as a good person, there might be things that you don't do that are good. Or there are things na I feel like everybody, it's not even a good person, bad person thing. I feel like we as people just have things we need to be working on. That is to be human. That is like such a human trait. That head start again doesn't guarantee things to be worked on because maybe it used to be a non-issue, or maybe it only became an issue when I came into the picture. She doesn't learn how to parent overnight. Being a mother happens as I'm here, so naturally there will be things that she doesn't know and that she will still learn. But in my head, as a child, as her child, I will always expect her to be better because she's my mother, diba? Growing up, that you expect them to be like, they know everything, they're right about everything. That's just how it is. So whenever she would do something like that, na parang like she would still have that tantrum, I'd be like, you're not a child. Why are you doing that? And then get older, it's like, I get it. Like she's a person. She's a human. She's also just a girl. So I feel like I wouldn't say forgiving. It's not like I've definitely been more patient as an adult. Again, it's the things that I used to get so easily frustrated about with her as a child or growing up as a teenager. Now as an adult, I get it much more. Kasi parang, I always had this notion na parang, when I turn 20, I will know everything. When I turn like 25, I would have been so set as an adult. I would be such an adult. And now I'm here. What the fuck are we doing? And diba, like parang, again, at this age, especially somebody who was born with the internet, we have so much like resources for stuff like this, and like there's so much to learn about it because we're so exposed to everything that I feel like they might not have had. These used to be these used to be problems, but they were considered non-issues. So to them, this was just how it was. But to us, we know better. So yeah. Yeah, I'll expect her to be better because she's mother, but that's just not true. We're figuring shit out as we go. Segue, can you tell I love Ladybird? I love Ladybird. Can I just say? Can I just say? Can you tell? Okay, whatever. I love that movie. I was gonna say Greta Thunberg, Greta Gerwig. I love you, diva. Ayun. I think making peace that we're actually both so alike is wild. Cause now I do understand better why we butt heads so much. Cause we're so alike. Anyways, love that woman. Love that woman. Ideal situation is we don't live under the same roof in a much longer period of time. But I do love her. But I do love her. Okay. That's just I feel like a sentiment that might be like gets to a lot of people din naman. Anyways, Ebas number 2. We have an IG worthy coffee shop epidemic. Forgoing coziness over this new brand. Sorry. Forgoing coziness over this new brand of IG worthy cafes with bad coffee and aesthetic vibes over actual comfort. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. What the fuck? What the fuck? Backstory. Okay. Okay. This is gonna come off as a little rude, but no, this is coming from a place of love. Okay. Okay. Preface. Do you guys know Commune in Poblacion? Say yes if you agree. If you don't, it's really cute, nice, quaint, relatively older coffee. Like it's been around for forever. It's a nice coffee shop. It's in the like relatively center of Poblacion. So, I love it. I love Commune. I'll preface this by saying I'm not hating on it because I'm not hating on it because it's objectively bad, but because it isn't, and I might be hating on it because it's different, sure. But subjectively, in my opinion, I do not like the renovation. Ah! Ah! Okay, Commune was a dying breed of, for a lack of a better term, millennial coffee shops. And personally, I like that. Okay, I like the called it exposed black plumbing or like plumbing that was painted black and it was like like kita yung mga exhaust sa taas. I like that it was like wood and like ano tawag dito? Concrete na hindi na varnishan. What do you call those? But raw concrete. I like that. It was like I don't even remember if it was that, but that's how it feels like to me. Like raw concrete, lots of wood. Sometimes corny coat on the wall with this very specific font. You very varsity or like very 2010s calligraphy. Or very like or something close to like the varsity font. Okay? What I love. I when it was that eat. I don't love it like design wise. Like that's not like but in like a nostalgic way, I love it. I feel like when you entered places like that, they're like time capsules. I feel like I'm back at a certain time. And I feel like, it's been far enough to when that was trendy that now it doesn't like I feel like it was trendy and then when we lost it, it got dated. But since it survived so long, it's now nostalgic. Diba? It doesn't feel dated to me in that way. It feels like I'm entering. It feels like I feel like I'm time traveling when I'm back in there. But it's not even that intensely. What's happening with my hair? It's not even intensely millennial. Na parang that's its only shtick, you know. It was nice and cozy pa rin. So parang even though it had those characteristics, it was still like it was still nice. It was still nice, you know. It doesn't take away from it being like a good coffee shop. They've forgone this and renovated the place. And again, I was excited. I was excited. I mean, what you're a coffee shop you go to a bunch gets a renovation. Who wouldn't be excited? Because I'm like, oh my god, refresh. And I respect that. I understand where that's coming from. Okay, okay, okay. So imagine my shock seeing the new place with bright red, with bright mint green, and bright yellow, like every other trendy coffee shop in Manila right now. Damn, damn. Okay, I have, again. I don't mind this direction. Um, Ayun, my personal like thing about it is that it does feel fundamentally to its core a different coffee shop. And that's why I don't like it. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Kasi it used to have an entirely different vibe. And I expect with the renovation, it's like, same vibe, better place. But the renovation now, it's an entire like rebrand. It doesn't feel the same. In a not so good way, for me at least. I would understand why people would like this place. And I still do. Again. It's again. It's not bad. It's not, I wrote here. It used to be so cozy that when it rained, it felt like the perfect place to get a hot coffee. And I don't get hot coffee. You know. Now it feels like I'm getting narrated to on TikTok on the hottest coffee shops to try in Metro Manila. Oh my god. You know, I feel like I'm entering the door and people are like, "Hi mga kalocos." And I don't love her, by the way. Love that woman. And I don't particularly subscribe to that. Like I would try it and see for myself, you know. But also at the same time, parang I know the type of people you're now trying to attract and a lose for me. Oh. Okay. And although I feel like it's retained a good bunch of its parts to still be just a smidge cozy, I feel like that's just not enough, personally. You know? And all these new other coffee shops are worse. So, my take is, we've lost the art of coffee shops and started pushing set design over actual third spaces. Okay? We are not making coffee shops anymore. We are making tables with backdrops for people's Instagrams and TikToks. Who agrees? I hate having to go to a Starbucks. But Starbucks is literally one of the only places now where you can still get cozy, comfy vibes. And that's also a place you can work in. Isn't that fuck? Isn't that fuck? Starbucks being the fallback when I could be supporting my local coffee. I'm to my core. I'm a support local girl. Okay? Okay? And the fact that I have to be going to a Starbucks, it's crazy. New cafes with your weird chairs and small tables. I would not last 10 minutes with a laptop in this room. Okay? I will become a shrimp. I don't like that. I don't like that. And also just like, I feel like we need to bring back warm lighting. What is going on, you guys? What happened to nice, comfy couches with back support and tables that are just the perfect height? What happened to nice, warm mood lighting? What happened to prioritizing comfort and making it feel like a space people want to stay in versus making it look good on pictures only? It would be fine if it was just one or two coffee shops, but it's every coffee shop now. Okay? Okay. There's like, okay, a segue? Not even segue. I feel like this is exactly it. There's this one coffee shop. I don't want to name it. I don't want to be a fucking hater. But like, I was passing by it. I saw it from the outside. They have like big windows kasi, so you could see exactly what's inside. I'm like, who is going to this coffee shop? This is so performative. I don't want to explain it because it's way too obvious if I started explaining, because it's the only coffee shop that looks like that. Okay, I was really trying to find other words to explain. You'll know it immediately, but it was egregious. I was like, I'm gonna feel so weird in here. This feels so wrong. This looks like an entirely different thing from a coffee shop, and the fact that it's a coffee shop, wrong. No. No. I like that they look pretty. Okay, again, I am not a hater. I like that it looks pretty. But at what cost? Actually, I am a hater. But at what cost? Stop. When they say capitalism breeds innovation, they mean they're forcing us to buy 200 peso coffees to take pictures with and leave within 15 minutes. That's the innovation. The innovation is forcing us out as fast as they could. Okay. My take is, itigil na yung Instagrammable na yan. Let's bring back Hosey. I need people. We need that to be the trendy thing again. We need the trendy thing to be like, those like, oh, this is so Ghibli vibes. Let's bring that back. I want that back. As I feel like the first few iterations of this trendy type of coffee shop, okay lang eh. Kasi sila na naman, dalawa-tatlo lang sila, gano'n. And then everybody followed suit. No. You stop that, actually. No. I don't like that. Can we have more coffee shops that I hate to say it again, that has Starbucks' atmosphere? Don't you just feel like you could work in there, but also you could relax in there, and also that you could stay in there for a while? I would love that. Okay. I have a small ask. Chairs with back support. Okay? Tables of a good size. So what I mean by that is like, I have my laptop here, and I can have my coffee here. That's it. Just my laptop and my coffee. I feel like that's a good enough size. Okay? Lights that are not constantly assaulting my five senses. Decent Wi-Fi. I feel like that's even like... That's an extra ask. Sorry, that was rude. That's an extra ask na. Okay? I don't even need like extra fast Wi-Fi. Just has to be fine. I just have to be able to open Facebook or something. Okay? Okay. Um, and just a general inviting environment. That's it. That's it. I'm not even asking for a lot. That's it. That's it. Okay. I like a pretty cafe. Okay. I like how some of these cafes look. But also, I like to work at a cafe. And if I have to constantly retreat to a Starbucks to work, what does that say about our coffee shops? Blink, blink, like SpongeBob blinking sound. Right. I have a cute pic, but now my neck is sore. Now what? Now what? Now what? 2025 is the year we evaluate our coffee shops and bring back cozy, warm, stayable places. Wala nang mga park na maayos dito sa Manila. Pati pa coffee shops ko inaano ninyo. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's so hard living in places where they hate the people. Why do you people hate people? Why do you hate? There are definite. Okay, again, I'll say it again. There are outliers. Then thank God for those outliers. Okay, but it's too trendy right now. So the outliers are just like being like, they are the few gems, and everything else. Well, there. Yes. Ebas number 3. The judges want vulnerability. What's happening? Why am I so vulnerable today? Every time I say anything, I feel like this is less vulnerable than the mother one. The mother one was a little, we got a little too personal here. Sorry. Every time I say anything out there, ulit. Sorry. Ebas number 3. Every time I say anything out there in a space, I allow myself to be misinterpreted / mischaracterized. Which is not right. But people will paint either the most accurate image of your actual self or the least. Backstory. I feel like I always come on here with something like this, like people don't like me. It's not that. It's not. What's this backstory? I set myself up. It's not that. I'm literally the tweet that's like, it's always gay men and their imaginary haters. What was I on when I wrote this? Why are you coming for me? I am you. Can we calm down? Okay, let's calm down. It's not that. It's not that. It's not because I think I have people out of it for me. Out to get me. I don't think there's people out to get me. Okay. I just think na parang I might say something and people will run with it. And I'm always so wary of that. Because it has happened like a few times. Okay. The earlier I make peace with that, the better. I can defend myself all I want, and there will always be a picture out there of me that is so far from my actual reality, and that's okay. Okay, that's okay. I can't always be perfect to everybody. Ideally, I should be. Ideally, I am. Because I'm what? But that's not the reality of things. I said this last time. I'm not really with the concept that once I post something, it stops being mine. It's now the internet's. It's the public's. Now, I thought I talked about this last time with the Sabrina thing, where it's like, when she was making short and sweet, parang like she's expecting like essentially like a second processing. But basta she talks about when she put that album out to the world, it's not hers na. And I don't like that. Why so? But also, that's how things are. Okay. I feel like people, even to an extent, interpret what I say to what they imagine I've said. No, like everyone and anyone will always take whatever I say in the ways they would take it. Even if that's so far from what I've said. I've said in episode 0 na one of the reasons I wanted to have a podcast is so that that can be avoided. You know? And I have a much longer place to say stuff. I have the length to explain. There's more space for nuance to be taken because you hear me, you see me, you hear my tone, you see my body language. Okay, okay. Versus, I would say like if you just wrote it and posted it, there's definitely like people could take it anyway because they don't know how it's like it might have sounded angry kasi hindi ka naglagay ng emojis. Mga ganon. However, despite all that, people will still take what they want to take and piece together what they feel like, and that's beyond my control. And I don't like that. Oh my gosh. I mean, again, nature of things. Those are things you really can't help. Na talaga, it's out of my control. And I hate that. I don't like that. Let's please stop that. Can you stop that? Yes. The current state of the internet for me really is just misquoting people and getting mad at them for things they didn't say. I remember when every time Pop Crave would tweet about Pink Pantheress in an interview that she was clearly just like having fun with it, joking around, kidding, alam mo yun. And they would quote it like she was like dead serious about it. And then people wouldn't cross reference the source. People wouldn't watch the video because again, Pop Crave Pop Base is just posting a picture of Pink Pantheress and a picture of the quote or something like that. Or just the quote and a picture of her. And they would one of the tweets were like, she doesn't care about she doesn't care about track listing. Track listing is stupid or something like that. I don't remember. But clearly, what it was said in jest. She was joking around, and two, she was talking about her own project. Meaning, she was saying that parang like she didn't she didn't really think about the track list for this project. Ganon. Pop Crave, Pop Bass, I don't remember. Pop Crave made it seem like that was just a general thing that she said for all artists and for all music being made. Naturally, people got mad because it's like, girl, what the fuck are you talking about? That's not what she said. So again, people are misquoting people and getting mad at them for a thing they didn't say. Don't like, hate that. Hate that. Again. And I realized na I will be a villain. She's a villain. I will be an unlikable character to certain people, and the sooner I make peace with that, the sooner I can enjoy my life. I'm that diva that's like, I'm the diva's breaking, like, broken chains. Yeah. I'm sounding completely insane right now. I'm that woman that's like, that like diva girl, and then the chains are being broken. That would be me. If I make peace with this, the sooner I make peace with this. Let people be wrong about you, and make an active effort to start questioning how certain people are viewed or talked about to you. Make your own opinion about people also. You know. I feel like then a big part of this why people are being misinterpreted and being mischaracterized. Kasi parang yung your basis na of how you see this person is a source of a source of a source. Diba? Like, this has been filtered through multiple people's eyes. And then by the time it got to you, na game of telephone ka na, kung ano-ano na yung umabot sa'yo. Ganon. Fair game. If it's possible for me to be villainized, benefit of the doubt, there might be some mildly unlikable people in your life that are just misunderstood. Notice how I said mildly unlikable. Because this isn't a place for actual evil people to be given space for. Right. Again. I just feel like there are people say things about all the time, and if you've not made an assumption about them yet, they would be entirely different people to you. Gets ba? Okay, again, not a space for the real evil people. Okay, I'm not saying give evil people the benefit of the doubt. I'm just saying there are some people, like, this is not a space for people who've actually done bad things. This is a space for people who might be misquoted, might be mischaracterized, or might be misinterpreted. Okay. Being misunderstood just means I have chosen to speak. And for me, that's better than being silent. Right? Are you silenced? Were you silent? Were you silenced? And if people have decided you're the villain, well, I hope I'm hearing the hottest, most annoying motherfucker you've ever had to talk about in your life. I'm just saying. Whatever. Again. I feel like that's just a cynic in me. What's the term? That's just the careful. That's just the careful in me. Na parang I really don't like it when people assume, people think of me a certain way that I'm not. Okay pa sana if I am that way and you don't like it. At least you were right. I don't like it when it's like, the assumption is so far from what I actually... That image that you've painted of me in your head is a different person entirely. Let's stop that. Okay. Hey! Anyways, that's been all. Oh my God! I forgot to do my intro again. Hindi ko na ata tatanggalin yung do your intro sa harap. Okay. Wala. Oh my gosh. Masyado tayong madaldal dito. My name is Lilac. And this has been Neverending Ebas. We're the Ebas. Never ends. Anyways, that's all. For the next coming episodes, we will be doing Saturdays at 7 p.m. na. And as I promised last time, I'll try to shake up the format a little. I'm back to I'm still doing that. I'm still doing the normal format. It's fun. Again, it's evergreen. But I will be trying out new stuff soon. We'll see. Okay. Bye. This has been Never Ending Ebas with Ebas.